Welcome to this screencast where we're going to take a look at using LucidChart, which is an app that we have installed for staff and students within Google Drive. So here I am within Google Drive. If you're in Franklin Public Schools, you'll see on the Create menu, there's a choice for LucidChart Diagram. So what I want to do here is just go through and kind of give you an overview of how to use this. So I've clicked on Create LucidChart Diagram. The Lucid company is not a Google company, but what they've made their tool work within Google Drive. So what it's doing right now is it's taking me over to Lucid, and it's asking me to now name my file. So again, if you're a student, remember that we want you to name your files with your class hour, followed by your last name, followed by whatever the topic is for the assignment that you're working on. So go ahead and name that, click OK. Here's the file you'll be working in. File name is up here at the top left. You can see this is the canvas area where you'll be working. Your tools are here on the left and also on the right. And I just kind of want to go through and show how this works. From the tools over here on the left under the standard section, if I just wanted text, I could drag and drop text in, and I could change this to say History of the United States. And notice while you're editing your text, or if you're clicked on the box that the text is within, you've got all your different tools up here at the top. I'll use those a little bit more later. The thing I like about LucidChart is that these objects you drop in, they're very easy to drag and drop. They're very fluid. They move around. Here's a box that I brought in. If I wanted to change the text in there, I could double click to change that text. I could resize using the corners to resize this to the shape I want. Each object also has a little circle at the top with a line. This is the rotate. So if I click and drag side to side, I can rotate an object and move that around as well. So these other standard tools, as I saw, I brought in a box. If I needed to bring in kind of like a post-it note, could leave a little note on there. This is a hotspot. Hotspots allow you to set an action. So if somebody clicks on this area, any of these actions will occur. So you can link to other web pages, you can link to other areas within in this LucidChart diagram. If you want to select a bunch of items at the same time, you can click anywhere and drag. And notice I selected everything, and I'm going to hit delete, and that's going to delete all those items I was playing with. Moving down the tools over here, here's the flowchart. This is really the power of LucidChart Diagram. This allows you to make a mind map or a flowchart or an organizational chart, or just to kind of visually lay out your ideas. So same thing here, you click and drag an object in. Let's say I was making a flowchart to show a process. This is going to be step 1. I can type in there. Now what's different about this box versus the box I had in a minute ago was there's these little dots at the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. When you mouse over these, you get a little skinny crosshair, which means you can click and drag off of there. And so you can take a line and attach it now by clicking and dragging, and then when I release, this shows up where I can attach this to another box. So maybe this is step 2 in my process. And maybe from here, I want to go over here and make this be part A. And I'll scroll down a little bit, and you can drag lines off of the same dot. So if I was going to show a split here, I can do this as part B. So that's just very simple basics of how you can start making a diagram or a flow chart, maybe to show a scientific process or to lay out how your story is going to flow from chapter 1 to chapter 2, or character development or things like that. If you want to do some editing of these, you can click on these like I showed earlier, and your tools appear here at the top. So let's say I wanted to make this be filled yellow. I can choose the fill, make that yellow. I can choose a different font from over here, and I can increase my font size by clicking these arrows to increase that. I can change the line. It was at 2 pixels, now I've increased it to 6 or 10 pixels, make it thicker. If you want to do this to many objects at once, kind of like I did earlier, you can click and drag to select, make a selection box, select all your pieces there. So if I want to make all my lines be 9, I want to make the font all the same. I want to increase the font size, and maybe I also want to make all of these things green. So you can very simply make a chart like that. Some other things that you can bring in, if you scroll down over here on the left side, there's the flow chart, there's containers, which containers allow you to kind of set up more diagrams and things. You can play with those and see if they meet your need. You can also add text within those, shapes. And down here under user images, you can click on this plus And you can actually bring pictures in. So if I click on plus, this shows me any pictures I've uploaded before. If I click on upload, I can actually pick pictures from my computer to bring in, and that will allow me to put those pictures on there. Another great way to bring pictures in is all the way at the top of this bar. There's a search bar up here. So if I was going to find a picture of a dog and I hit return, this searches not only Google, but it also searches another website called Icon Finder. And you notice if I mouse over these are little animated icons that come from the Icon Finder website, so you know where to give credit to if you use any of these. So let's say for whatever reason I need to bring a picture of a dog in. Can drag and drop that in. Again, rotate, resize it, whatever I need to do. If I pull in from Google, what's nice is when you mouse over these from Google, so this one is an example, it says below the picture, it says it's from the Adventure Dog blog. So if that was a picture you're going to use, you still want to give proper credit to your picture, you can write the citation based around that. So let's bring that one in actually. That one came in really big. Again, you can resize it and you can rotate it, put it wherever you want. So that's a little bit with bringing in images, laying out flowcharts and such. Some other things I want to show you. One, this file, as you work, notice up here at the top it's been saying all changes saved. Just like a Google document, this saves back to your Google Drive. So if I click on my Google Drive tab here, here's the file that I've been working on. I'll make that a little bigger. And notice it's got the icon in front of it, the little orange with the white dots. That symbolizes that's a LucidChart file. So this is saved here in Google Drive. Now one thing I will suggest, we've had some glitchiness when working in LucidChart. If people use this share button, that's caused some problems. Instead, because this saves in Google Drive, we're going to recommend that you share this within Google Drive. What I mean by that is within your Google Drive, if you click on this checkbox, you can come up here and use the share button to share this file to others. Maybe you're going to build a file with teammates. Maybe you want to share this directly to your teacher. They asked you to share it to them. You can come down here and share this just as you normally would any other file. Or if your teacher has you using a turn-in folder, you can actually drag and drop this and put this in that folder, or checkbox it and put it in that folder so that your teacher will have access to see your work. So definitely share that within Drive. Don't share it using the share button here at LucidChart. A few more things to wrap up. Let's say you want to zoom out for any reason. We're kind of tight looking in the picture here. If you go under View, there's a choice to zoom out, or it tells you here what your shortcut keys are. In this case, I'm using a computer where it's Control-0. Control minus, so I can keep pressing that. So I've been working on a portrait page, so you can see I was really only working at the top area of the page. If you need to change your page at all, you can go to File, Page Setup, just like many programs. And here under Page Layout, you can choose Landscape if you'd rather have a landscape document, more of a horizontal document, or you can choose Portrait, either one. Let's say you want to publish this so that others can just see it. You can do that from the File menu as well and go down to Publish. And under Publish, you can choose to publish this as a web page. So if I check that, I get a very tiny button here, this link button. When I click on that, this is the web address now for my published document. So if I were to copy that, I could then email that to someone, email it to my teacher, or maybe your teacher has a turn-in form where they want you to paste a link. You would paste that link so that your teacher could see your work, or if you want to post it on a site, or however you want others to see it. So that's how you publish. As you're working, if you encounter any problems, you want some more tutorial help, kind of like this, if you go under the Help menu, there's this great area called In Editor Tutorials. When you click on that, there are two areas here, General and Advanced. And you can see I've watched a few of these tutorials already. If you click on any of these, so let's say change page settings. If I click on that one, there's step-by-step directions listed, but also a video. When you click play, that video will pop up right in this window, and it's usually like a 30-second video. You can play that and watch that as well. So some great tutorials built in there if you need them. So that is it with just kind of giving you the getting started with LucidChart Diagram. Great tool. Definitely can use this for your assignments. And again, it saves to Google Drive. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching.